Today, I'm making clay rings. Some assembly required. Hello. The other day, my niece walked over here after school and she didn't have anything else to do, so she decided to make some clay rings out of polymer clay, and I said, "Oh, that seems so fun." So that's what I'm doing today. I, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, have like a million ideas, so this is going to be a multi-part video. I don't know how many parts it will need to get through everything in my head, but today we are going to start with cute rings, because really, where else would you start? So let me get my supplies. Now, I have gathered a lot of things here, but really all you need are clay and your fingers. It's pretty simple. That's seriously it. You can get a pack of polymer clay, your fingers, and then stick it in the oven. I have also chosen to get out everything that I possibly can find to make my life easier, because that's what I like. I put parchment paper on the table to keep everything from sticking and staining. I have a little strip of parchment paper to help you measure your ring. So you can tape a little section onto your finger and squish your ring on there to make sure that it's the right size. Or you could find something around your house that is about the same size as your fingers, and you can use that to measure. Also, I would put the parchment paper on so that you can slip it off, because you don't want to make the world's coolest ring and then never be able to get it off your Sharpie painter. I happen to have one of these fancy little ring sizer things, so what I will probably do is figure out what the heck size my fingers are, wrap my parchment paper around that, and build my ring on there. I've also got clay tools like a rolling pin and some things that maybe will help me cut and smooth. And I've got my cutting mat and an X-Acto blade. You don't need to use that. You can use sort of a plasticky blade if the X-Acto is a little yikes. I also have some ring blanks that I thought might be fun. So instead of making the entire ring out of polymer clay, maybe just an accent, like something to stick on the top. And some other various little pokey things to make impressions in the clay. But like I said, polymer clay and an oven is really all you need. So let's get started. So my plan is to start with the easiest one that I can think of. So first, I'm going to make a little yellow ducky. It's just going to be a plain band style ring. So first, what I need to do is condition my clay, because right now it is as hard as a rock. So I'll get a little more of this out, make some good yellow, then we can roll it out. Much softer. Great. So what I'll do is I'll squash it a little bit onto my parchment paper. Now I'm going to roll it out. I think what I'll do is use toothpicks on either side, and then when I roll across, it'll be the same height. So that will help me to get it nice and flat and a uniform thickness. I'll just start in the middle a little bit, kind of roll it. I would like to get a strip that's about the same thickness that will wrap around my finger. It doesn't really matter how wide it is, because I can trim that. That seems surprisingly fine. Okay, will it wrap around my finger? Sure. Great. It's sticking. Ta-da! Now we have a skinny little piece. And here's what I'll do next. I'm going to take a little knife and cut it. How wide do I want it? Super wide. Just cut it along. I'll make a little indent so I know where to cut it. There. Now we have a little strip. It's a little wide, but I think think it's good. Now with the extra, I'm going to make some wings. Just little wings. I don't even think I want them to be that big. I'm just gonna get 2 pieces. And I need to figure out where I want them. They're gonna be little stubby wings like this. So if this is my finger, probably want them here and here. Just try to smooth them out a little bit. Perfect. Now, I'm gonna get some orange so we can make a little duck beak. So I've made a tiny little sprinkle, basically. And I'm gonna put it right in the middle of my ducky face with the help of a toothpick because my hands are shaky. And then squish it down. And all that my little ducky needs now are some eyes. I'm going to use some glass beads. The way that I like to put these guys on is with a little wire. So grab one with the end of the wire, try to find a good spot for it. Somewhere like there. Squish them in. Ta-da! Now, since this is about the right size, I'm going to wrap my little ducky around, try to get it straight. Then we'll do some precise X-Acto cutting in the back. Looks like about half. That seems like there-ish. Did I make it so it will fit? I don't know. Yeah. So we can kind of squish it. Squish it together. Make sure it's stuck. Now let's see if we can't use this guy to flatten out any weird stuff. We still have, oh, a lot of weird stuff over here. Gonna just round out the top edge. Now, he's ready to bake. So I'm gonna put him over on my little parchment paper and we'll see what we're gonna do next. Next, I'm going to be making a cute little cupcake. So I'm going to condition some tan and some pink. Now, just like before, I'm going to roll out the tan. I wonder if it's bad if it has bubbles in it. Probably. Now, once again, we will cut it shorter because it doesn't want to be like this big on my finger. Now for this one, I kind of don't mind if the bottom is a little bit uneven because that's going to be the bottom of the cupcake. So I think at this point I'm going to put the little crinkles of the cupcake wrapper in. So just with a toothpick, I'm going to press, 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 press until I'm happy with it. Now I'm going to mix a little bit of pink for my cupcake's cheeks because yes, it's definitely having cheeks. Of course it is. I'm just adding a tiny bit of red to the light pink so that the cheeks are a different color from the frosting. And I will make it into 2 little balls and squish them flat. And then add them to the cupcake. Finally, I will need some eyes for the little cupcake face. I'm going to put on the smile afterwards. So I don't think I can get it as small as I actually want it using the polymer clay. I'm just going to use a pen later. See how that works. Pretty cute! But it needs some frosting. So what I will do is roll this into a little snake, and then that will be the frosting for the top. Now, for the part where you actually put the frosting on, you could do that flat on your table, or you could do it on your round, whatever shape you have, paintbrush or actual ring maker. I think I'm gonna do it on here. We'll totally see if it works or if it's a terrible idea. We'll see soon. All right, so line up the front, and then just like for the ducky, I'm going to find a good place to slice it and then match the other side and squish it together. Now I'm just going to coil my little snake around like it's cupcake frosting. That is cute. You could also put sprinkles on, but I think that I'm going to go a little bit more minimalist for this cupcake. I think I'm also going to have to just pull the whole parchment paper off to get him off. Ah, there we go. Ta-da! I'll put him on my cookie sheet for when we're ready to do the oven. They may both be way too thin and totally crumble when they come out of the oven, but we will not find that out yet. Stay tuned, I guess. We'll find out together when they come out like this. Maybe the next ones will make a little bit thicker, just to see if it matters. Next, I'm going to make a plate with a donut on it, maybe a donut and a cookie, maybe 2 donuts. I don't know. I'll have to see how big my donut is, I guess. So I'm going to use the little ring blank and make a round disc for the plate, maybe kind of fancy up the edges so it actually looks like a plate. Then I'll make some donuts, maybe some frosting and some sprinkles. I think it'll be cute. This one is so cute. I'm very excited about this. I'm hoping that I can balance it somehow so it doesn't fall over while it's cooking and bend the plate. So let me try to figure that out. Now, as a test for the metallic pens and paint pens and markers and stuff that I have, I'm going to make a couple of rings out of this mixed light green color that we have. They're just going to be sort of basic, just as a background to see how the pens work. So let me just make a couple simple rings with this here. For these little simple rings, I'm just making snakes and then coiling them around my stick in different ways. I think this one I'll make into an actual snake when it's cooked. Now, the last ring that I'm going to do today is going to look kind of like a mouth going around your finger. It looks cool in my head. Let's see what I can get in the real world. Okay, so it's cute and also kind of creepy, but you know, that's a thing. I like him. This is cool though. I'm wondering, I'm curious to see how it'll turn out. Okay, little guy. Cook nicely. I'm just gonna keep that in. See how that goes. Should be fine. All right. So I'm going to cook those for about 15 minutes because really none of them are all that thick. I think I cooked them on 275, I believe. So we'll be back when they're cooked and then cool. Here they are, ready to go into the oven. I decided to hold the ring blank one up with some rocks. Hopefully that'll work. Ta-da! This one is kind of large and doesn't really bite onto my finger, but kinda. It's worth it because it's funny. Okay, so everybody came out. All right, Cupcake needs a smile, so I'll do that. Ducky is finished. I could give him little pink cheeks, maybe with a pen or something. What I could also do is you could varnish everything with a gloss varnish. I wouldn't use Mod Podge because it, to me, stays sticky, so I think that would be really annoying. But some kind of a glossy varnish that doesn't stay sticky would be great. I might varnish the top of the donuts maybe to make the frosting look shiny, and maybe the frosting on the cupcake. You can pick and choose, or you can varnish the whole thing, or nothing. That's fine too. And also, I have all these metallic pens and markers and stuff. So on these green rings, maybe I can test some of those out and see if it's worth using them or not. So first things first, I'm going to just make a tiny little smile on the cupcake. Sharpie pen, I picked that because it does not generally bleed when I use it for drawing. Cute. Now you could also use like a Posca pen or something like that. That might be better. This is what I have, so this is what I'm using. Now I'm just going to make, this guy into a snake because it's already a snake. And then I'll test out some patterns on the snake and then on the ring that is just swirly. That was fun! These are so cute! I like them! So I do have at least 3 more full videos full of ideas, so come back later for more. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and definitely try to make these rings. They are super fun and they're really cute! If you like this kind of video and you're not subscribed yet, you can do that right underneath the video and click the all notification button so you don't miss anything. New videos come out on Tuesdays and Saturdays, so stay tuned for the next one, and until then, be awesome, and I'll see you then. Bye!